So firstly, talking about hypotonic solution. Okay, so hypotonic solutions are those solutions which have an osmotic concentration that's lower than another solution. Now let me give you a beautiful example so that you understand what I'm talking about. Let me draw a small diagram for you. So here, say we are talking about a red blood cell. Okay, so this is a red blood cell. Okay, this is how a red blood cell looks like. Okay, now say I have kept the red blood cell, this is a normal red blood cell. Okay, I've kept the normal red blood cell in a solution. Okay, solution A. Okay, so now the red blood cell is composed of something, right? It has got some concentration, there is some medium, right? Cell has got the cell content. Okay, so when the solution is kept with the red blood cell, so what does this definition say? Hypotonic solution are those solutions which have osmotic concentration lower than another solution. Say the concentration of solution A, concentration of whatever, say glucose. Okay, the concentration of glucose in solution A, which was outside the red blood cell, was higher. Okay, meaning the concentration of the glucose inside the red blood cell is lower. Okay, now what's going to happen? All the glucose along with the water, everything is going to enter inside the red blood cell. Now don't get even confused. Let's say the concentration of water molecules were higher in solution A. So if water concentration is higher outside, okay, the water concentration is higher outside the cell, then what's going to happen? Because of osmosis, all the water is going to enter inside the cell. Okay, so what's going to happen? The red blood cell is going to swell because it's going to take all the water inside. Now I'll give you the example. So just imagine a grape, a ripe grape, how turgid it is, right? So when the red blood cell will take in the water inside, because the concentration was less inside and more outside, it will swell, right? And it might swell to that extent that it might burst because it's an animal cell. Okay, for instance, if you take a plant cell, in that case, if you happen to take a plant cell, what does a plant cell have? A plant cell has a cell wall. So if you keep a plant cell in the solution, okay, so water will get inside the plant cell. Okay, water will get inside the plant cell. The plant cell will also swell, but because of the cell wall, it will just become turgid, but it's not going to burst. Okay, so this is an absolute example of hypotonic solution. What happens in this? Water enters inside because of the concentration, the osmotic concentration lesser in our solution. Okay, and the concentration outside is higher. So from outside it's going to enter, right? From higher concentration it is going to enter into the lower concentration, right? So this was an example of hypotonic solution, blood cell in human and the animal cell in the plants. Okay, so the animal cell will swell and the animal cell will swell, and there might come a point when it might also burst because of the pressure, because it doesn't have got the cell wall, right? So it cannot withstand that pressure, so it might burst. Whereas the plant cell, since it has got the cell wall, it will not burst, because of which it will become very turgid. Just like the grape, the ripe grape, how turgid, how it can withstand some pressure, right? It doesn't just burst, right? So yeah, but then that's not the absolute example, but I'm just trying to give you the example how your red blood cell will swell, or how your plant cell will become turgid, right?